What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is August the 22nd. Happy Friday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, just generally speaking, the volume is a little bit lower across the board. And I think that's just because institutions and retail investors are waiting for Powell to speak. And so he's going to be doing a speech at the Jackson Hole Symposium. And that's going to be a hot topic, whether we are going to get a cut, if he even alludes to a cut, or even a hike. Some people oddly are bringing that up. So it's going to be a very big deal. And so that's going to move the market. And yeah, so it's going to be a fun old time. So that'll be coming out at 9 a.m. And then aside from that, though, the futures are fairly green. So Dow is up 0.36, S&P up 0.25, NASDAQ up 0.24. And then getting right to it, SoFi is down slightly, 0.26%. Nothing crazy. Again, like I said, relatively low volume. 9.4% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 110.64 million shares overall are being shorted. Oddly enough, shorts have increased small amounts the last 2 consecutive days, but today, of course, is going to be a very big one for the broader market. With it right now at 23.32, it is exactly on this pivot point, so that's going to be a key one for today. But nonetheless, I do anticipate post Powell speech for SoFi to either hit this R1 or S1, so 24.38, or pull back to that 22.26. So it's going to be a fun ride, good for day traders. I think in general today is going to be a good day trader type of scenario. If you are a long-term investor, of course, and like a lot of these stocks, then potentially a good discount as well could come. But moving on from here, Lucid. So it is down 2.87%. Interestingly enough, it's actually recovered quite a lot. It did hit $2.80 during the overnight trading. And the reason why they are going down so much is because they announced a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. So I think that there's just several stages of denial. Obviously, Lucid has full intent of doing a reverse stock split, so will be fully effective September the 2nd. So that'll be the first trading day. So I think just a lot of retail wanted to get out. So anticipate a lot of volatility. As far as today, 32.97% of the free float is being shorted. Works to be 413.89 million shares overall are being shorted. So over the last 3 trading days, shorts have increased roughly around 15 to 16 million shares. So anticipate them to be fairly active today as well. When it comes to the actual technicals, with it at 204, it is trading now between this S1 and this S2. So because of that pull lower, it is below this 207, and that's been the saving grace for Lucid for a while. So in my opinion, I think that just that announcement and the sentiment surrounding a general reverse stock split overall, I think that's going to keep it within this range, so this S1 and this S2. So $1.74 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see that actually being touched today, but of course, over the next several trading days, that could come, dependent on, of course, the market circumstances, Powell, and various things. So just watch for 207 ultimately today. Moving on, Opendoor, as per usual, it's just conjuring up some like amazing momentum. This is a very unique circumstance, despite lack of catalysts. So it is up 1+%. Right now, 24.09% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 157.88 million shares overall being shorted. Yesterday, shorts did increase almost about 1.5 million shares. And despite that, though, Opendoor still went up almost 12%. So this stock can defy anything. And yeah, it's definitely really moving up. So if we do get, again, going back to Powell, if he alludes to or even hints to a cut, that's going to be huge for growth stocks and even more so for Opendoor's business. So because technically people will be out there getting homes and whatever else. So yeah, essentially this one could go up quite significantly. So I would vaguely call this a squeeze play because yeah, shorts are very overextended in my opinion. There's 0 shares available to be shorted, so very interesting circumstances, but could be very, very profitable with it right now at 365. It is trading between these points, so this R2 and this R1. So 349 is going to be a strong support, and then 387 followed by 448 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So just anticipate a lot of volatility. I know a lot of people don't really like looking at support and resistance points with momentum plays because sometimes they don't really make all that much sense. But if you're wanting to dollar cost average or whatever else, just kind of watch for that. Moving on, NIO is kicking ass and taking names just for the last 5 days, up 13.03%. It's very an interesting scenario with them, and I actually, to be fully honest, every single stock that has been mentioned so far I cover. And so NIO I cover under Financial Journey. There was a couple of interesting comments just saying, hey, shorts are actually leaving NIO to go to Lucid. So it's kind of interesting because, yeah, shorts for whatever reason have just been returning. When it comes to why NIO is moving higher, a lot of hype associated to the ES8. Aside from that, though, 11.66% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 179 million shares overall are being shorted. So short interest did peak roughly around, it looks like, about 16%, and that was beginning of July. And this is a very good representation of exactly what shorts have done. They have returned a massive amount. No real rhyme or reason, a lot of just speculation, but nonetheless, I don't think anyone's complaining. With it right now at 583, it was able to successfully get above this R2. So definitely something to keep in mind. I didn't think that it was going to be touched yesterday, but there was a massive amount of institutional transactions yesterday getting above that R2. So that's going to be a good support level. So 562 if you're wanting to dollar cost average or whatever else. And then 632 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So things are definitely heating up. And then last but not least, SBET. So SharpLink is up roughly around 3.82% because of them announcing a 1.5 billion stock buyback program. So probably over the next, I would say, quarter, you're going to see more and more companies unveiling this type of buyback program, in my opinion. But aside from that, though, 11.16% of the free floats being shorted, works to be 18.81 million shares overall being shorted. So I think shorts are a fairly big deal ultimately in this case. So you can kind of see as well, they are very reactive to the stock price. So they tend to double down. So they might be increasing today. And then right now with it at 1866, trading between this S1 and this S2. 1926 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by 1725 being the next strong support. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Do you own any of them? Is there any other stocks that you're trading? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.